My name is Tony Litt. I'm the MD of Sunrise Radio, and it's my immense pleasure to bring you the official Sunrise Radio podcast. We are the #1 commercial Asian station in the United Kingdom, with many firsts to our name, and we continue to be the voice of British Asians who have given us their love and loyalty over 30 years. It's a legacy we cherish and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Our aim has always been to entertain the listeners with the best of Bollywood and Bhangra, while also addressing their concerns. A real voice for the community, a vibrant community, and a great nation. We are proud to be British and Asian. This podcast is a compilation of some of the things we do on the station, with a stellar lineup of presenters who each have their own personality and style. It's entertaining, informative, engaging, and we hope you will enjoy it here as a podcast if you are unable to tune in to the radio. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your family and friends about this podcast. And do leave us a comment on what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All the best always. Team Sunrise.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hey, my name is Shabnam Sahi. Welcome to the official Sunrise Radio podcast. I'm on your radio weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. If you've heard the show, you know what to expect from it. But here are some exciting, interesting Bollywood stories that you may have missed. This time round, served up as part of our official Sunrise Radio podcast. Enjoy. Now, there's an interesting list that I would like to share with you. Now that Alia and Ranbir have announced to the world ki bhai, there is a baby on the way, you cannot escape this baby chat, which is here, there, everywhere in Bollywood. And why would we want to escape it? We want to participate in their joy, right? So this is an interesting list of top Bollywood heroines who continued to act even when they were pregnant. Alia announced her pregnancy to the world on Monday. We know that she's here in the UK right now, shooting her first international project, Tom Harper's Heart of Stone. And Alia has been quite firm about her views on her pregnancy, dismissive of those who suggested that, she should rest right now, beta. Kaam karne ki kya zarurat hai? Put your feet up, take some rest. And people have also said to her that Ranbir should fly down to London to pick her up from London and take his missus home. And I think she gave a fitting reply to those who mean well. I'm sure they all mean well, but otherwise they have no business telling her what to do. I think she said something like, I'm a girl and not a package to be picked up. Thank you very much. I'm all right. So Alia Bhatt is on the list, of course, working in Tom Harper's Heart of Stone while she is pregnant. That's the #1 name. Number 2, the next and the most obvious name is Kareena Kapoor Khan, who finished the last and final schedule of Lal Singh Chaddha with Aamir Khan while she was pregnant with her second child, Jay Ali Khan. Hum ye bhi jante hain, right? Okay, number 3, did you know this? Juhi Chawla. Apparently, Juhi Chawla was 7 months pregnant when she shot for Jhankar Beats. Dobara dekhni padegi ye film just to keep an eye on Juhi Chawla's waistline. At number 4, we've got Sri Devi. The reigning Bollywood heartthrob at the time, she sent her producers into a meltdown when she told them about her first pregnancy before they could wrap the shoot of Judai. Lekin the thorough professional that Sri Devi was, she completed the film, she gave birth to Janvi, then she took a sabbatical, then some years later she had Khushi, and she only returned to the cinema, to films in Gauri Shinde's widely acclaimed English-Winglish after, I'm sure, a considerable gap, right? Now, this is where I need you to know the number to WhatsApp me on, because I'm not telling you who actress number 5 is on the list, but I want you to tell me who I'm talking about. 07925 700 272 if you recognize this actress. She was pregnant with her first child when she shot for this iconic film. Her real-life husband also played her love interest in this legendary film, though their soft spot for each other. It wasn't really a full-blown relationship. Their fondness for each other in the film was left unexpressed, unspoken, heartbreakingly silent. She wore, this is the giveaway, a widow's white sari virtually throughout the film, and she barely said one line to the man who was cast opposite her, her real-life husband. What we, the audience, didn't know at the time was that she was radiantly pregnant when she shot this film. Give me the name of the actress, and if you know the actress, of course you know the film. Now, Now, actor R. Madhavan, he's days away from showing us his first directorial, a biopic titled Rocketry, The Nambi Effect. And he knows that producing, directing and acting in the film, this carries 3 times the responsibility. I spoke to him last week and he seemed confident of the story finding a place in people's hearts because he says we are not merely trying to defend a brilliant scientist who was wrongly accused of spying. We are trying to reveal the true facts on a proud Indian's struggle to clear his name and to restore his dignity. That is a tremendous responsibility. Looking beyond rocketry to the next phase in his career, Madhavan कहते हैं कि he is still completely invested in his career as a leading man and he would still love to do a romantic drama as long as it is age appropriate, as long as he is not cast opposite an actress who's half his age. Thank heavens someone is not just thinking it but saying it loud as well. He says, I have to be age appropriate in my roles. It is not that I'm romancing a young girl now. It is not something that I want to do. If I'm offered a romantic film, it has to be age appropriate. Or the content has to be something that resonates with me. I go by where I am emotionally. If it appeals to me, I do it. It has always been instinctive. He says, for me, my journey has always been about finding my own path. I realized early on in my life that nobody can predict anything about this industry. All I did was pursue things that made me happy and see if I was playing my cards right. I didn't want to be an actor. I never trained to be one. I had no one from the family in the industry. I did not know anybody when I first started acting, but here I am, still here at age 52. I must have done something right. Oh, you can say it again, Madhavan. Now, a legend in Bollywood, a movie icon worshipped all across India and indeed in all places where Bollywood films rule. The biggest of bees, I'm talking about Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, of course. He posted a photo recently posing with some of South India's biggest names and that picture, justifiably, it went viral completely. Mr. Bachchan posted the photograph and he wrote underneath, what an evening. Prabhas, Bahubali, Prashant, KGF2, Raghavendra Rao, legendary director-producer, Nani, star, Dulquer Salman, star, Nag Ashwin, director Project K that I'm currently working in. What an evening. Now, this photo was supposedly taken during a rather special ceremony which had been organised to mark the inauguration of a brand new office belonging to Vaijayanti Movies. Now, Vaijayanti Movies, this is a production house celebrating 50 years in the business. And to pay homage to 50 amazing years in film production, predominantly in South India, Vaijayanti Movies are bankrolling a thrilling sci-fi film titled, you guessed it, Project K. It is made on 500 crores. It stars Prabhas, Deepika and Mr. Bachchan in the lead with Nag Ashwin as director and fans getting the option of watching it either in Hindi or in Telugu. अगर आप तेलुगु में देखना चाहते हैं देखिए ना, हम तो आपको नहीं रोकेंगे. वैसे भी पुष्पा द रूल के रिलीज की तैयारी में हम तो तेलुगु लेसन्स ऑलरेडी ले रहे हैं. No, seriously. Boney Kapoor's birthday post for his son Arjun Kapoor. ये देखा था आपने कुछ दिनों पहले. Now, this of course had a photograph attached to it as well, a black and white photograph with both father and son looking strikingly similar. And that led to a hilarious thread of conversations between the two. Arjun Kapoor telling his dad that after your acting debut in Love Ranjan's upcoming film, we shall all have competition for sure. To which Boney Kapoor promptly replied, happy birthday, beta. Stay motivated. You are definitely shaping up to be better looking than me. Now, the film they mention here is, of course, Love Ranjan's next rom-com or a family drama, all rolled into one, with Shraddha Kapoor and Ranbir Kapoor as the lead, and Dimple Kapadia, aging like fine wine. How gorgeous does Dimple Kapadia look to this day? Dimple Kapadia and Boney Kapoor playing Ranbir's parents in the film. Now, it is a story widely known that when Love Ranjan approached Boney Kapoor with the father's role, he immediately turned it down, saying, "नहीं यार, please, मैं producer ही ठीक हूँ, मेरे घर में acting करने वाले बहुत लोग हैं." So Love Ranjan then tried a different strategy. He told Arjun Kapoor how badly he wanted to cast his dad as the father in the story, etc., etc. Arjun had to finally go and convince his father. Eventually, when Boney came around and he agreed to the role and he asked for some helpful tips, कि यार इतने साल producer रहने के बाद मैं acting करने जा रहा हूँ. Any tips? What should I bear in mind? What should I do? Apparently, both his director and his son said exactly the same thing. Just be yourself. The character is said to be a hot-headed, gregarious, loud Panjabi dad. Just be yourself. You don't have to do anything extra to play the character. Love it. So, the focus has shifted back to Rajkumar Hirani's next film with Shah Rukh Khan in the lead, Danki ki baat kar rahi hu. And this has a sort of storyline that Shah Rukh could absolutely own, right? Playing that proud Indian and the immigrant rooted in desiness while living in Canada or the US. That is Shah Rukh Khan's forte. But having Rajkumar Hirani and not Karan Johar as the director, this will make all the difference to the treatment of the storyline. Danki puts Taapsee Pannu in the same frame as Shah Rukh Khan, and if they are cast as a romantic pair, which I suspect they are, I will call them out. Of course I will. For casting a 34-year-old Taapsee Pannu opposite a 56-year-old Shah Rukh Khan. Absolutely ridiculous, right? But we shall make that call after we see the film. For now, Taapsee Pannu is absolutely delighted to star in Danki with Shah Rukh. She says when you end up getting the opportunity to work with Shah Rukh, it becomes the golden opportunity. And add to the fact कि भाई the film will be directed by Rajkumar Hirani. मतलब सोने पे सुहागा. I don't know how I'm going to top this in my career, she says. उसके बाद she says, look, Shah Rukh comes from Delhi, I come from Delhi. He started from scratch, I started from scratch. I don't miss any opportunity to tell him every time we meet that he is someone who seems very personal to me. Even before I met him, even before I joined film, somehow his journey felt so personal, so inspirational because of the way he has built an empire for himself in Bollywood, being a rank outsider. Now, Danki has its heart set on a Christmas 2023 release. And if you remember, Taapsee Pannu actually earlier played the lead in a Shah Rukh Khan production. उस film में Shah Rukh थे नहीं, लेकिन Shah Rukh की production company Red Chillies actually produced that film. And I'm talking about Badla, of course, alongside Amitabh Bachchan, Amrita Singh, so many others. Badla लेना हर बार सही नहीं होता, मगर माफ कर देना भी सही नहीं होता. That film. Speaking of which, इतना खूबसूरत भीनी भीनी बारिश वाला मौसम और इस दिन हम आपको क्यों रब्बा इस कदर तोड़े आवे ना सुनवाए, हो सकता है क्या? हो सकता है क्या? हो तो सकता है, मगर होगा नहीं. Now, I was just looking at the headlines, the things that people are talking about when it comes to showbiz stories, and all this baby chatter. It continues to dominate stuff emerging from Bollywood. And you know what? People are debating the most random things. I mean, girl or boy, pink or blue, ye to samajh mein aata hai. Who will design the baby's nursery? Will it be Gauri Khan, who designed Karan Johar's twins Yash and Ruhi's room, or will Alia and Ranbir design it on their own? Will they take a leaf out of Anushka and Virat Kohli's book and shun both pink and blue, and will they go neutral with the color palette? If you remember baby Vamika's arrival, this was festooned in various shades of blue, right? Because both Anushka and Virat said that, we don't want to do the stereotypical thing, and we want to go with yellow. Will Alia and Ranbir opt for something similar? Meanwhile, both mummy and daddy-to-be, they have many films to complete before they are handed their parenting duties. Opinion is being freely shared. Judgments are being passed. Much unsolicited advice given to Ranbir and Alia on social media on what they should and what they shouldn't be doing. मुझे लगता है ना, Sonam Kapoor better deliver that baby quick, huh? So film fans can concentrate on a different star baby, at least for a few months. Phone Booth finally has a release date to its name. Ishan Khattar, Siddhant Chaturvedi and Katrina Kaif's film, described as Ek Bhayanak Comedy. I like the sound of that. So Phone Booth releases on the 7th of October. It also stars Jackie Shroff, Sheba Chadda and many, many others. It is directed by Gurmeet Singh, by the way. Best known for directing Mirzapur, that Gurmeet Singh. And of course, it is produced by Farhan Akhtar and Ritesh Sidhwani's XL Entertainment. Now, Phone Booth hopes to be the sort of entertainer that kicks off our autumn festivities in the right spirit. By spirit, I don't mean bhoot here, of course. Could this emulate the success of Bhool Bhulaiya 2, which was also a horror comedy? Will Katrina Kaif, Siddhant Chaturvedi and Ishan Khattar become the proud owners of a spanking new Range Rover HSC? After this releases, we shall see. Because see, आजकल तो हमारा एक different rule है. We don't look at the box office numbers at all. We have a new benchmark which Kartik Aaryan has set. He had a Lamborghini. His Lamborghini was feeling so lonely that he finally had to buy a McLaren GTX, which he did with the money that he made from the success of Bhool Bhulaiya 2. How amazing. You know, this McLaren GTX, apparently it costs something like £350,000. In Indian money, about 35 or 40 crores. Absolutely ridiculous, right? So that is a new benchmark. If you can buy a car as expensive as that after you've just had a film out, which happens to be a horror comedy, then you're clearly doing well. That is what we believe. You know, finally, Karthik Aaryan's mum will be able to turn around and tell all her kitty party friends, my son doing very well, very well. And you know what? She wouldn't be lying. No. If you are a writer-director who works behind the scenes to make magic happen on the big screen, your biggest moment of success arrives when your actors, when your producers trust you, when they trust your talent, your instincts as a writer-director. What could be more liberating, more gratifying than your lead actor saying, कि आप जो ठीक समझते हैं ना बस वही मंजूर है हमें वही बनाइए, because you know the vibe that you want your story, your film to radiate, right? Now in that context, director duo Pushkar and Gayatri, fresh from delivering their last investigative thriller on OTT, Suzal the Vortex, now they are concentrating on the Vikram Vedha remake right now. The original had two South Indian biggies, Madhavan and Vijay Sethupathi, and the remake has two Bollywood biggies, Hrithik Roshan and Saif. But the director duo, they say that the core value of the story remains absolutely unchanged. They say, no, we weren't put under any kind of pressure to Bollywoodize the script and add more masala and tadka. We have been faithful to the idea, the concept that made the original Vikram Vedha a much-loved film. Of course, when you are given two amazing performers like Hrithik and Saif, you don't just get them to copy the phenomenal work done by Madhavan and Vijay Sethupathi. You adjust the lens a little bit, you amplify Hrithik and Saif's star power, and you add new dimensions to the thriller without compromising the story. That is the only way we could agree to this remake, and all we seek at the end of the day is the audience's love and their approval.
You can catch Shabnam Sahi, the ultimate storyteller, weekdays 9 a.m. till 12 noon.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hi, this is Anushka Arora. As always, lovely to have your company for the Sunrise Radio podcast. And this week, I have another special guest on the show. Karan, welcome to Sunrise Radio. It's really, really nice to finally be speaking to you. Very excited about Shamshera. I mean, tell me a little bit about how you're feeling now that the trailer has launched. How's the feedback been for you?
It's been phenomenal so far. It's been very, very welcoming. I think what we set out to do with the teaser and the trailer has happened, and people are really appreciating the world of Shamshera, apart from the cast and all that. So that is very overwhelming and very, very satisfying for now. Yeah.
Now, Karan, there's been, obviously you guys are in the public eye. There's a lot of opinions, a lot of views. Some people may like it, some people not. But one thing I have noticed is that there have been some comparisons of this trailer being compared to Tugs of Hindustan. What are your views on that?
Honestly speaking, people will compare to whatever they wish to compare, and that is something that's not in my control. So I don't worry about those things, to be honest with you. I've made a film that I wanted to make frame by frame exactly the way I imagined it. And I rest my case there now, because now the point is that the audience has to come and judge it for themselves, whether it is Shamshera or some other film that they were expecting it to be.
No,
hopefully they'll enjoy what we present. Yeah,
absolutely. No, and I think there's a lot of hard work that goes into any film, whether people like it or not. I think there's such a massive team effort. Now, tell me a little bit about how this idea initially came to you.
Basically, the core idea of Shamshera came to me from Aditya Chopra and his writing team. He offered me a few ideas, and I kind of lapped up the idea of Shamshera. And it was almost like a one-liner where me and Ekta, my wife, came into play, and we developed a full screenplay around it. And now it's for everybody to see soon.
Yeah, super, super exciting. Let's talk about the cast, obviously. Vani, Sanjay Dutt, Ranbir Kapoor, you've previously worked with Sanjay Dutt as well. How would you say he's changed, or your relationship with him has changed over the years from Agnipat that you've done before to Shamshera now? I mean, what's the working relationship like, or what was it like?
So thank God it hasn't changed a bit. Thank God. For that, because believe me, I had a blast working in Agnipat, and I think the relationship has only graduated to understanding each other better. With Sanjay sir, the situation now is that I don't even need to put in words in the situation. I will just look at him and express certain things with gestures, with eye contacts. He knows that I need to change things, and he will do that. And in spite of being an actor of the caliber that he is and the stature that he has, he completely surrenders on my set, and he literally lets me flow with my ideas and executes them with all the style and the swag that he has.
Yeah, you can really see that across in the trailer, and even the conversations at the trailer launch as well, which I was watching. I think he just, like you said, he just puts everything in his own way, like with the way that
Yes.
he is. I feel like everything just comes so naturally to
It
him.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Now,
does.
with Ranbir Kapoor, so he's playing a father and a son in this, right? So is it
Yes.
a double role that he's playing, or?
Yeah, he's playing two characters. He's playing two characters. Yes.
Okay, so how did you think? Was it always Ranbir Kapoor that you had in your mind, and was it always written for him?
So yes, Ranbir was always my first choice for the film, and I'm fortunate that I got him on board because I do feel that Shamshera is a very special film that we made. But what makes it more special is Ranbir's presence in it, because he's such a new age actor, and I don't think anybody expected him to play a part of this kind. So he brings in a huge amount of freshness and attraction to this genre, which otherwise could have seemed like been there, done that. But I think Ranbir really makes it special.
No, absolutely, he really does. And Vani, what about her? What was it like to direct her?
It was phenomenal because I think she's one of those rare actresses, kind of left who have a complete package of a Hindi cinema heroine. She is a great performer. She is a great dancer. She looks lovely. At the same time, she can hold her own. That is most important because Vani's part in the film, her name is Sona in the film, and it's not just eye candy. She has a tough role in the film. She goes through her own transition, and she eventually becomes the backbone for Ranbir's character in the film. So Vani is a very crucial part of Shamshera, and I've always liked her from her first film, for Shuddh Desi Romance.
Yeah.
I really thought she held her presence there very strongly, and I'm happy that I got an opportunity to work with her in Shamshera.
And Shamshera, Karan, it's a massive movie. It's a really, really big scale. And some of the movies that we are seeing from, I wouldn't just say Bollywood, or I don't want to split it up. I don't want to split up the entire cinema, releases that we've had. Like just over the last few releases that we've had, like RRR, like a Bahubali or whatever. I mean, these are huge, huge films. I mean, do you think that this is a phase that our industry is going through at the moment with making such large scale films? And, do you think that this is a future of cinema?
So I definitely don't think it's a phase. These films always existed, and I think the phase is of a filmmaker, not a film. I think there are times when I think planets align, and similar kind of filmmakers come in to make similar kind of big, huge films.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of timing. I don't think anybody intentionally plans it. I don't think two filmmakers collaborate saying that, let's make two big films. That doesn't happen. So I do feel that, yes, I think as far as Hindi cinema is concerned, this genre had become a bit dormant for the past few years. But I'm fortunate to be at the right place at the right time and present my film, which belongs to a larger than life experience.
And in terms of the music of the film, let's talk about that, because we've already had one song released, which is Ji Hazur. That's, lovely, that song. I mean, tell us how many more songs do we get to see and what the rest of the soundtrack is going to be sounding like?
So there are a total of 6 songs in Shamshera. Ji Huzur has come out. We'll be giving out a few more songs in a few more days as our publicity campaign continues. But for you to understand, Shamshera is a film which demanded songs, I think, which are larger than life. Which are songs that you've heard from musicians like Lakshmikant Pyarelal, Kalyan Ji, Anand Ji, and where live instruments were a major part of the designing of the songs. And I'm a great sucker for those kind of songs, and that kind of music. I still kind of reference all that kind of music when I'm even writing a scene, for that matter. That's what keeps playing in my headphones. So I believe that there is still great scope and a great audience for that kind of music if done in the right way and done in a way where it can also appeal to the contemporary audience or today's audiences. And I do feel that with a collaboration with Mithun, that balance has kind of come off beautifully.
Wow. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing the songs and playing the songs on my show because we have been playing Ji Hazur anyhow. So
great.
looking forward to the rest of them. Karan, what would you say have been your most special memories whilst directing Shamshera?
Honestly speaking, apart from the film being very special and every day being very special, me and my wife were blessed with a baby girl during the shoot of Shamshera.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. So apart from Shamshera being a crazy experience, we were blessed with Goddess Lakshmi, and hopefully that trickles onto the film as well. But I will always remember Shamshera as being one of the most cherished experiences because it's a film that I have made without any pressure, any baggage of my past or future. And yes, our daughter has been a part of the film in another realm, I think, and now she's come to us in physicality. Shamshera is going to be special in many ways. Yeah.
That is amazing, Karan. Well, congratulations, and I think double, triple congratulations for everything. I think this was a long time coming from you. It's been a while since we've had anything from you, so I'm very, very excited to watch this. And good luck, and we really look forward to seeing you on the big screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Anushka. Thank you. Nice
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Listen to our Bollywood queen Anushka Arora from 12 noon to 4 p.m. weekdays on Sunrise.
The Bhangra Showdown with Ameet Chana.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce a man that I've been waiting a long time to interview, and I think it's been a long time since we crossed paths. Anyway, probably the man responsible for probably the most recognizable Punjabi song globally ever in the history of Punjabi music. Ladies and gentlemen, gives me great pleasure to introduce the man himself, Panjabi MC, live on Sunrise Radio. How are you, brother?
I mean, I'm very well. Thank you for that long introduction.
No, not at all, man. This is a title that you deserve and you own. I mean, it's the truth, right? We can't go anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where we are, who we're with, or who we're surrounded by. You can be in any nightclub, any dance floor, any wedding, anywhere. And Mundiya Toh Bachke Re will be playing in some form or another, whether it's the one with Jay-Z, or whether it's the straight one, or whether it's the white label that I've still got that used to sell on South or Broadway.
Yeah. Actually, there's another version coming out.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, well, I mean, not by me, but there's someone's just licensed like a dance mix.
I think I've heard it, man. I think I've heard it. It's on my Instagram. I've seen it being played and used. It's a brilliant mix, isn't it?
Yeah. So, it keeps going, man.
It does. Yeah. And all credit to you, my friend. Listen, before we get onto that, before we get onto Cambridge Miller, I want to ask you a question I think I've wanted to ask you for years. People talk about second album pressure, right? There's that age-old thing of if you have a massive successful album, which you've had many of, right? And the pressure to produce a good second album always exists, or a second book, or a second film, or whatever it is. You, as I've just mentioned, has probably the most recognizable Punjabi song in the world. Have you ever felt the pressure to have to achieve that success again? And if so, how do you handle it?
I mean, you do because, like, I mean, it was like, I mean, I handle it pretty well, but the thing is, to try and get back out there, kind of thing, you know. I mean, every artist has got their biggest song in it. That's what they always want to be, don't they?
True. It's true.
And I've been doing a bit of dance music lately as well, and I've been listening to a lot of David Guetta.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, and he's the guy that's always in the charts still, you know, to this day. Still in the charts now, or, you know, for years and years, and he's massive. But Titanium is the one that they always remember him for, you know. And I think to myself, you know, he's got so many anthems, but, you know, even before Titanium. But the thing is, that's the one they always want to hear, don't they?
It's true. So, it's true.
He's probably trying to beat that, and he's in the charts all the time. So
he is.
It's a natural thing you do, don't you?
It's an interesting thing you mentioned, though, because like my daughter is obsessed with pop music, chart music. So we listen to Capital all the time. I don't shy away from being honest about that. That's just what she's into currently. And David Guetta has got a single coming out every week. But what they've done in the Western world so well is they collaborate brilliantly. And I know you've collaborated over the years, but is there anyone on your hit list, P, for you to kind of go, you know what? These are the people, or these are the artists I really want to work with?
Oh, there's loads, man. I mean, the worst thing is we're like living in the middle of the world, which is like, you know, we got artists from Bollywood, America, China, you know, so me. And if I was going to name someone, that, you know, I could name loads, but if I said someone like Stevie Wonder, then you can see that, the levels you have to try and achieve, innit? But it's loads. I mean, it'd be wonderful to work with some stuff. But a lot of the grime artists now, the drill guys and stuff, and from Coventry as well. I'd love to collaborate out, reach out to those guys a lot as well.
Definitely. I mean, the Midlands has got an outpouring of young generation artists now. Like you just mentioned, there's a whole bunch of grime and drill artists from Coventry. Birmingham has had that 0121 kind of vibe about the grime thing for a long, long time. I mean, how does it feel now coming from, you're still very much homegrown and Coventry based. How does it feel seeing your city rise like that musically?
It's good, man. Because definitely. I mean, it could have been the other way around. So definitely, there's a lot of artists out here. There's a lot of people out here making music. A1 and J1 and them guys. You know. It feels good, man. It feels good. And, I don't know. Coventry's always had the little thing, isn't it? We have Planet Studios and stuff. Tom, got to big up Tom.
Yeah. Tom Lowry, Planet Studios, legendary status, man.
Yeah, there you go. So, even back in the days with Apache, Bali, Sagoo, Taz, R.I.P. and everyone, they were all that kind of recorded there and stuff, and other artists, Shinda, and everyone, So, Coventry's been there, trying to be in the middle of the UK, as much as we can.
It is true. And we are finally back in a place where Millers are happening again, people are gathering again, and you are part of the headline lineup tomorrow at Cambridge Miller. Is this the first of your Millers after a couple of years? Is it the first one back?
I think so, yeah. I think, I remember Kissatori last year was quite a big festival. So I did a few here and there. But, Cambridge, thing about Cambridge, I haven't been there since 2019.
Wow, okay.
So, I've got to big up the Cambridge mans, Parker's Pike Park, where they invented ball rules. Always a pleasure to go down there. I've been there many a time, 7 or 8 times now, I think, Then the back tents, then the front tents, then the main stage, and the back tents one day, it's always been amazing in Cambridge, It
is great because it goes over 3 days and culturally it's so diverse. Like they had Heather Smalls on Friday and they've got Afrobeat and all that today, and then tomorrow they've got the sort of Asian connection. It is a great Miller to be part of. But listen, another thing I wanted to ask you about as well before we carry on about Cambridge, you have been part and parcel of this growth of what we know as a Holly festival, but it's now called Colour Runs. You've done them all over the world, right? I mean, that's a big thing now.
Well, it was a big thing then as well.
You're right. But I'm saying it's become synonymous in the Western world, right? Although we call it the Holly Festival, but there are people all over the world.
I mean, when we were doing them, we went to Germany, all around Europe. We did one in Docklands. We did one in the place, Battersea Park and stuff, there's like, it was quite huge. I mean, when they discovered they could sell dirt to people for £1 a bag, it was like a lot of promoters were jumping on straight away.
I think that might be the funniest thing anyone said on air while I'm on air with them.
You know what? I'm not trying to be funny, but I did some Holy festivals in the summer. I mean, I remember in Germany it was about 100 degrees. And you could not stand in the sun. And these kids were like out there, like there's probably about 15,000-20,000 out there, and they were like out there in the sun. And they had one tap around the back of right on the back of the crowd. No one was going to go there because otherwise you're not going to get back in the crowd. And I don't know what they did. They had like sprays of water and stuff. But I mean, once they lock them in, they don't let them out until all the food, everything. Once you go out, you don't come back in. So everything, they have to come in with about £100, and half of that's spent on dirt. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah, man. We did it. Me and mainly it was me and Sonny. For my license and stuff. He used to MC for me and stuff like that. So we did hundreds, man.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, well, listen, I know many people are very excited.
What's it called now, you're saying?
They're called Colour Runs.
Right, guys, I'm going to be back on it now. I've been working on some dance stuff, bigging up my girl Rochelle, country singer. She's coming up in the game right now. Brilliant. And we're working on some stuff.
Wicked. Raj, what can we expect?
Can I just say before we get to the posh people of Cambridge? Because I know they get some great artists, but obviously they're rich. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I've got a new single coming out on the 8th of July.
Oh, wicked. And what kind of what kind of style of music can we expect from that one?
It's like I've actually rapped in Punjabi for the first time.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, so and it's like it's called Jinni Marji.
Right.
So it's Jinni Marji Palao Hon Mera Dil Tod Gayi. So it's like a sad song, but we've got a drill beat on there.
Nice. And I know, and I don't know whether you were listening to me before we went on air, but my dad's favourite song of yours is called Pichani Chardi, and I play it regularly for him. I've got it lined up to play it now. So hopefully this one is something that he'll jump on as well. Raj, will you do me a favour, Mr. Panjabi MC? Introduce Pichani Chardi for my dad, please.
Okay, Dad, it's like this, yeah. Sanu bhi pichani shaddi, but what can you say? Sali pichani shaddi. This is the song from PMC. Yeah, a lot of people feel it, all the dissy heads. We know that one day we will quit.
We will quit. We'll get there. And what can we expect from you from your performance tomorrow, PMC?
I'm going to be playing some new stuff. I'm going to be playing the new song, Jinni Marji.
Yep.
I'm going to rap that live on stage. It's only a few bars I do on there, but yeah, I'm going to rap that as well. So, yeah, come on, watch that.
Wicked. Panjabi MC, Mr. Legendary Status. Like I said, I'm going to end the interview the way I started it. You have made the most famous Punjabi song globally and put us in the map like no one else has ever done. So for that, we salute you. Panjabi MC is going to be at Cambridge Miller tomorrow. Give him a quick shout, folks. Go for it.
Come down there. It's going to be fun.
Wicked.
Join Ameet Chana every Saturday from 4 p.m. for the Bhangra Showdown, playing you the finest in Punjabi and Bhangra music from the past, present and future.